Hi crafters, Amy here, and today I'm going to combine some 3D embossing with gilding polish for a WOWZA effect. Now this is a sizzix 3D embossing folder. Looks like it's a Tim Holtz embossing folder, but it does look like a circuit board, and I was super jazzed about it because when I see circuit boards, I think of my engineered husband. So he's an electrical engineer and likes to play with circuit boards and whatnot. So I thought this was perfect for him. Here's a photo of the card that I'm going to make for you today. It really did come together super quickly. I have a piece of lightweight green cardstock here. This is the color of a circuit board, or the closest I have to it. And I did spritz it with a little bit of water, and I am going to run it through this Fatty McGee embossing folder. Now, I don't know why these are so extra thick. You'll need to figure out what sandwich you need for your embossing folder, but these are definitely some of the thickest embossing folders I have are these sizzix brand. But I have this gold gilding polish. This is something that I really have a lot of fun using. I will link it with the other products in the video description box below, but I keep it from drying out with this press and seal. So if you have that in your crafty stash, that's definitely a good product to kind of keep on any of your little gel or glitter gel mediums or things like this. But I have little designated foam pads for the handful of these gilding polishes that I have. Now, it does dry them out big time, but once I start to apply the liquid or the still soft gilding polish on it, it softens it up again enough to use. So I just have little designated pads set aside in like a little, I don't know, a little baggie, and then I just grab them, and I don't clean them. You absolutely can. You can also clean the foam that comes in the container with this gilding polish, but I find that these little blending foams give me more control. Now you can see I'm going extremely light-handed on this. This isn't super dimensional like a lot of my Altenew ones, so I wasn't sure how well this was going to work. I hadn't tried this out. This is my first time in action here, and I was pleased at how well this worked. Just don't press very hard. And I do think the firmness and the crunchiness of the blending foam really did kind of work in my favor. Now here, I did come back for a missed spot and ended up getting a little overzealous and created a little oopsies, but I'm going to use my sentiment to cover that up, so no big deal. But just, you know, quit while you're ahead. I never listen to my own advice, and I come back in and end up messing it up, but oh well, no biggie. We end up covering it up. So I end up using this You Are a Rare Find because my husband is just so sweet, and he is a rare find. So I'm going to turn this into a birthday card for him, which I don't need for a long while, but yeah, he's who I thought of when I got this embossing folder, so that's who I'm making the card for. So hopefully he won't watch this video. But anyway, I'm just playing with different options here from my storage book here of die cutout sentiments, and I ultimately end up going with my original thought. Now I did attach this to a card base of 110-pound Neenah Classic Crest Solar White, and that little white border ties in nicely with this white die cut. And I'm going to use some liquid glue. I have my little squeezy tweezers here. I'm putting some liquid glue on the back of this. Have it sped up a little bit. Not quite that fast in real life, unfortunately. But I will dab off the excess glue on a piece of scratch paper just to kind of eliminate unnecessary oozage, because we don't like that, right? So I'm just going to cover all the back of this and tap it off on scrap paper and then put it right down on the front of the card. So overall, a pretty simple design, not much to it, but you really get that WOWZA effect with the dimension of the embossing folder, and then that gilding powder or gilding polish on top really adds to it. And that stuff dries so quick. I can't get over how quickly it dries, and it does not rub off. You can rub your hands all over it and it will not come off. So I really love that stuff. I look forward to adding more into my crafty stash. And then I added this little flirty sentiment strip on the inside. So happy birthday hot stuff. So I'm just using some liquid glue, and that is white heat embossed on some black cardstock from my stash. But that finishes the card. So this is a way to think of, you know, using your 3D embossing powders and this gilding polish just to really step up your cards. So see what you got in your stash and have some fun crafting. So I hope you enjoyed this card today. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. I really appreciate you spending time with me today, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.